December 24th, 2022. Not only was this Christmas Eve, but this was prior to the most important stretch of the Golden State Warriors season so far. After falling to 15 and 18, with Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins out for the foreseeable future, they had to turn things around, and quickly. Well, it's safe to say the Dubs have done exactly that, because not only have they gone 11 and 6 since then, but more importantly, they have gone from the 11th seed to the 5th seed, and are now only half a game out of a top 4 seed, which is incredibly crucial. But before we talk about that, is it safe to say Steph Curry is still pretty good? Because despite people suggesting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should have been first team All-NBA over Steph, Steph is averaging 34, 7 and 6 on typically incredible efficiency in his last 6 games. I mean, he's averaging nearly 30 points on close to 50, 40, 90 for the season, which somehow isn't getting enough attention, but recently he's been absolutely incredible. And the fact he's been able to do this whilst playing with Paul and Clay in the starting lineup as well is just a testament to his versatility. With the starting lineup, Steph has been coming off a lot of split actions, like on this play where Loon sets the screen to free up Steph for 3. He's also been doing typical Steph things like this off the ball. Just watch him this whole play. He's jogging the whole time, but the moment he recognizes the breakdown when 2 guys go to Draymond, he slips backdoor for an easy layup. And as a collective, the Warriors starting lineup has been looking better offensively, and it's plays like this that show you just how dangerous they can be. Draymond runs a handoff with Clay, Williams obviously has to step up, so Clay feeds Dre, who kicks it out to Paul in the corner, who then kicks it to Steph for an open 3. The beautiful part about this play is you could replace Clay with Paul or Curry, and the Warriors would get an equally good shot out of it, with the defense forced to step up on those Dre handoffs. But the reason Steph is an offensive cheat code is he can go from doing this with the starters, mainly off the ball, to then carrying the offense on an all-bench unit with him running more ISOs and controlling the offense more with the ball in his hands. He's equally good at both, but his ability to flip a switch regardless of who's on the floor is just what makes him so special. It's not just been his scoring either, because over the last 2 games, his playmaking has been incredible, double-digit assists in both games, and that doesn't even tell the full story. Watch this. Draymond sets a pick for Steph to collect the ball. Williams steps up, and don't underestimate the touch of this pass from Steph to get it over Williams and in stride for Draymond, who makes another great pass to a wide open Clay for a 3. They ran a very similar action late in the game to get Clay another wide open look, and it's all created through Steph forcing the big man to step up to the screen, and from there Dre is either getting to the rim or it's an open 3 for someone on the team. Steph's so good that he can create openings without even touching the ball. Like on this play where it looks as though the Dubs are running an action to free up Steph with the Clay off-ball screen, and that's enough to draw the attention of all 3 Raptors defenders, allowing Dante to casually hit the gap for a layup. But that's just one half of the Splash Brothers. The other half might be looking the best he's looked since his return. Since Christmas, Klay Thompson has averaged 26 points per game on fantastic efficiency. And the key difference here is, Klay looks like Klay. He's no longer forcing shots that we aren't accustomed to seeing him take. He's doing what he does best. And a lot of Klay's points recently have come in transition offense. Not your typical transition offense, but running to the 3-point line off misses, and a lot of the time it's not necessarily the fact Klay is wide open, but in transition he just gets a fraction more time to set his feet before getting his shot off, which is all he needs. In addition to the transition 3s, it's plays like this which are just peak Klay and Warriors basketball. Paul makes a cut towards the basket, which momentarily draws Brooks' attention. Klay uses that chance to run to the 3-point line. Brooks recovers, so Klay gives it off to Draymond before faking the DHO and cutting backdoor for the reverse. Cooking Mr. Dillon Brooks, something we love to see. I think another person who deserves a little bit of credit as well is Jordan Poole, because although he is undoubtedly the most frustrating player on the roster, there are signs of him starting to figure out when to make the right pass more often. Like on this play where Poole fakes out Triple J and gets a solid look, but with Clark ball watching, he kicks it to Clay for an even better look. Just little things that he's doing a bit better. But despite Steph and Clay's great form over the last 17 games, the Dubs' winning has been built on their defense getting back towards the top, and Draymond has been great. But it's no coincidence that the two players at the top of the Warriors plus-minus over the last 17 games have been Dante DiVincenzo and Jonathan Kuminga. I've already talked about Kuminga's defense, which in case you need any indication of how good it is, here he is switching onto 3 different players in one play before finally forcing the stop on Van Vliet. However, someone who doesn't get enough credit for his defense is Dante. In general, Dante DiVincenzo has been unbelievable this season. He's shooting nearly 40% from 3, and the Warriors are 24-16 in games he's played. That's compared to 2-8 without him, and a lot of this comes down to his combination of steady offense and really good defense. Does this play remind you of anyone?
Now Warriors are in his zone. I said they were in his zone. I meant the DiVincenzo. The microphone's working for him. Comes up with a steal there. And Steph, little finger roll.
I don't know, to me it looks a little bit like GP2 pressuring someone at near half court before ripping them. Or who could forget this play when he stole it from Dame in the final 40 seconds of the game, which was his 3rd steal on Damian Lillard in that game. It's not just his on-ball defense either. Watch this play as well. Dante marks the cutting Kenrich Williams to prevent a bucket whilst keeping his head on a swivel, and the moment Shea glances in the other direction, he's there to intercept the pass, which would have been an easy bucket if time didn't expire. Maybe even more impressive than all of this, in addition to this, as a first-year player on the team, Dante is taking on a leadership role for the bench unit and trying to help out the likes of Wiseman and Kuminga.
You're 7 foot. That should be a dunk or a layup every time. Tell JK. Well, y'all 2 are the 2 most athletic people on the team. You get any single side, if you get in the pocket, it's an automatic dunk or a layup or a foul for you. Unless there's 4 people in it, then it's an obvious one.
The reason Dante and Kuminga in particular have been such game changers for the Dubs is because they've given this bench unit an identity with some defense, and all of a sudden, every time the starters don't go to the bench, the Warriors aren't terrible, which is the difference between them being a 50-plus win team and a team below 500 like they were to start the season. Anyways, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more. Have a great day. Bye.